Okay, hopefully this is working. Okay. So, by the way, as we record, I'm adding the links to the schedule. Okay, so for your whatever you want to do with it. Ready? अच्छा स्क्रीन नहीं है. Just checking with the people online. Everything is clear, right, for you?
शेयर स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा है बस.
हाँ अभी नहीं आया है, but
हाँ.
earlier presentation no issue.
Yes, it runs so smoothly.
Smooth. Chalo, please share the entire screen. Thank you. Okay. Everything is good. Go ahead.
My name is Arshi. These are my group mates, Hina, Gagan, Fred, and Akshika, where the group appointments one. So to start our presentation, let's start with our initial design brief that we received, which was to design a three-way application for patients, clinic receptionists, and doctors, which could be used on phone and a web application and by the doctor and the receptionist. Then we moved on to doing affinity, and through that we figured out that we shortlisted six key findings, which were how receptionists are the operational anchor, and if we design a tool, it should work for both of them. Administrative frustration, that how duplicate work are the biggest source of daily frustration for them. Hybrid habit talks about that how clinics rely on both digital and physical uh, uh, art, tools to function. Next would be need for flexibility. How that sometimes patient flow could be unpredictable, so there should be an option to accommodate new walk-ins. Then we have value of tangible records and transparency, that how patients and doctors rely a bit on transparency. So on the basis of that, we revised our brief, and then we realized that we want to focus on receptionist and the doctor, how we can bridge their managerial activities within the premise. So we try to focus on reducing repetitive paperwork for receptionists, so that they can focus on appointments and billing, and for doctors to reduce managerial and operational support. We realized that there's a codependency between the both of them, and we wanted to
Sorry, I think we lost you for a second. I mean, we got dropped off for a second. Now we are back. Chalo, continue.
what we need is a smart task sorting tool and a hybrid interface. And the goals would be to reduce the friction, and focus more on the operational flow state. And our secondary persona was the doctor, whose pain points were operational overload, competitive visibility pressure, and a couple more. But what they really need is a workflow support and basically reliable assistance, which can be solved once the problems of receptionists are taken care of. And the goals were that we could, give them a comfortable digital transition without disturbing their current workflow pattern. Now over to my teammate.
Okay, we started off with the diary part, okay, as an artifact. Then later on, we also saw that it's not just the artifact, but the dependency on the digital platform also. Yeah. So one more thing which I had was something like this. I know that you must have seen it. I mean, previously. So this is something what a concept was about. The one of the areas where how do you translate the handwriting part into the digital part. So it is something which you write it, here, and then just by a click. Now this helped us a lot while we were doing UT because this was the missing link. What we felt, they found a connection. Okay, this because of the handwriting, it gets connected to the system, and then it gets automatically transferred. So one takeaway for us is many a times we try to solve with a very unique, different solution, but ultimately it is ये बचपन का ही है. So that was really nice to go back to the roots. Yeah. Product goals and user experiences are the same which we like initially presented for the previous. So I would not invest much time, but prioritizing it is minimizing the repetitive work so that one task is sufficient for handling multiple operations. Yeah. And yes, of course, the second most important thing is some design tool which will fit naturally in their lifestyle or routine. Yeah. This is the visual branding. Initially, we got different ideas. We thought of taking different names, but there's plenty of names. So MedKeep is the name what we finalized because medical and keeping the privacy and keeping the information secured. So that was the main concept. So MedKeep is the visual identity that we have tried to build, and that's the logo. So yeah. Now Veena will report. Yeah.
So we built our information architecture for a flow of how a receptionist can book an appointment. How if a patient has walked in, what would be her process of booking an appointment? And once the patient is inside his cable, how would his workflow be combined with the receptionist workflow? So what key questions we wanted to answer once we started detailing out into the UI was that the app is allowing the receptionist to book the appointment in an easy flow. Is the layout legible, easy to navigate? And does the final window convey the right data? And how is our system able to handle potential data clashes, such as if the patient, if there are common names of patients coming in, or if there's an emergency patient? So we used qualitative usable testing by observing our users and helping them log into our app prototype. So as a receptionist, she logs in as a receptionist and navigate the booking flow and input the details. So we'll see further how the flow of her appointment booking goes. And our users were primarily front desk receptionists and clinic administrators. So I'll hand it over to Akshita.
Thank you. So this will be our first page जहाँ पे receptionist और doctor दोनों का login रहेगा. This is basically responsive web. So if we want to click on the receptionist and sign in, then we will get this page. Here, if the patient is new visit, click, and if the patient is new,
It's done, 7 minutes there.
patient is new, then we will click on this. If patient is if patient is already new patient, so we will click here. Okay. And there was the insurance हमारे ऊपर. Okay, so this is our main task जहाँ पे receptionist अपनी handwriting में he will put data enter in.
So all this will be just a question. It will be visible on that slate, basically. All of this will be. Right. Okay. So that is just that's just the idea. Right. Okay. So this is a notepad.
PubMed पे एक रिसर्च पेपर जिसमें मेंशन था कि ये फ्रिक्शन कम करता है टाइपिंग के कंपैरेटिव ये नहीं कह डिजिटली आल्सो बेटर बट जो राइटिंग है वो फ्रिक्शन को कम करता है so that was the reason we introduced this section जहाँ पे she will enter in her own handwriting all the data and then she will just next and this will be automatically it will be saved here. तो एक तो हुआ हमारा वो वाला टास्क जहाँ पे हमने फिक्शन को रिड्यूस करने के लिए इंट्रोड्यूस दिस दैट नोटपैड एंड नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे जैसे ही वो कंफर्म एंट्री करेगी सो इट विल बी लाइक दिस एंड ये यहाँ से जो मैसेज है वो पेशेंट को भी जाएगा बिकॉज हमने उसका फोन नंबर लिया है तो पेशेंट विल गेट मैसेज कि हमें आपको ये आपका अपॉइंटमेंट बुक हो गया है तो एक एंट्री वहां होती है दूसरी एंट्री होती है और डॉक्टर के पास भी उसी टाइम ऑटोमेटिकली मैसेज चला जाता है कि आप ये अपॉइंटमेंट बुक हुआ है और अगर डॉक्टर के पास so there is a more entry about the receptionist page. Here is a more patient for the waiting. Yeah. Okay, so this is the receptionist page. Okay, now we can move to doctor page. So, जैसे ही okay, so there will be the doctors, doctor will log in here and just. तो यहाँ पे डॉक्टर का जो होगा एक्सेस वहां पे डॉक्टर के पास जैसे रिसेप्शनिस्ट वहां पे एंट्री करेगी डॉक्टर को भी इधर सारा डेटा ही विल गेट दैट सेम टाइम तो ओके और डॉक्टर को सारा अपडेट यहाँ पे मिलता रहेगा जो भी रिसेप्शनिस्ट वहां एंट्री करेगी या जो भी कितने वेटिंग में है और व्हाटएवर जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है जो वहां पे रिसेप्शनिस्ट डाल रही है वो यहाँ पे उसको मिलता रहेगा डॉक्टर को जस्ट आगे या और वो हर पेशेंट का डॉक्टर के पास डेटा सेव रहेगा तो जैसे ही अगर कोई पेशेंट उसका प्रीवियस ऑलरेडी पुराना पेशेंट है अगर वो आता है तो उसकी जो हिस्ट्री है वो यहाँ पे आ जाएगी कि हाँ ये पेशेंट आपके पास पहले इस रीजन से आ रखा है तो इट विल गिव हिम ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द पेशेंट इन एडवांस उसके आने से पहले ओके और यहीं से वो अपने पेशेंट के लिए ऑल द लैब टेस्ट कैन हैंडल एंड ये यहाँ से रिसेप्शनिस्ट को इंफॉर्मेशन चला जाएगा कि हाँ इस पेशेंट की ये टेस्ट कंडक्ट करना नेक्स्ट या ओके तो दिस इज सीमो लाइक सिंगल इनपुट मल्टीपल आउटपुट तो वो एक ही टास्क में जहाँ उसको डॉक्टर को इन्फॉर्म करना पड़ता है रिसेप्शन डेटा पर एंट्री करनी पड़ती है तो just एक input में we will get multiple output that we try to cover. Yeah, follow. Yeah. Book follow up was also the option and insurance wala we also added. Yeah. Yeah. Next. Yeah. So yeah, we have done usability testing with our receptionist. That was the video. It was really so she used her.
So only one user or do you do multiple?
We have done multiple recording of the. These are the.
Total, we have done 5.
But they were not ready. We didn't.
No, that's fine. I'm just asking how many users you did.
So then we.
So coming to usability testing results. So what we learned from the testing was that we realized that the workflow or the logic which we're using was quite intuitive. People were able to understand that this is for the receptionist to be able to book or be able to schedule appointments for the person who is visiting there. So the new receptionists who are new to this were also able to understand. What failed was that what if there were people who had the same names? For example, Suresh Kumar. There could be many people with the same name. So we realized that we also have to add a identifier like a token ID or a patient ID. So that had to be implemented from our end. For typography, overall, people said that it worked for them, but there were instances where the text was too small at particular places. So we had to fix that by making it more easier to spot. When it comes to the navigation, we had made the mistake of initially adding a lot of navigation on the top of the screen. So people had to move their hand all over the larger iPad to be able to navigate. So then learning from that, we actually changed the navigation to be at the bottom part of the screen. And for the information architecture, we also realized there were issues with labeling. So, for example, we had put an option called looks right for the confirmation screen after the text has been read by OCR and has been converted to text, the handwritten text. So there we had to change it so that the receptionist could understand what exactly was happening in that screen. So the problems again was small font size, cramped top-heavy navigation, which we fixed. Common identity crisis. So there we are going to use having identifier and summary screen hesitation. So the estimated wait time, which we had mentioned, some of the researchers could not understand what that was. They thought that they found it kind of an issue. So we had to make it more intuitive. So we reduced all the text which was there and kept only time, the slot in which you are in the queue, and the doctor which you are going to. And the one more issue was that one more thing missing is we've not yet implemented the insurance flow completely. So that will be done in next sprint.
Time,
So the final
time up. So very quickly finish.
उसने बोला we have worked, not all, but few we have worked. We increased the font size. Yeah. And yeah, next he explained everything, the live view status and live feed. So we have worked on that. And navigation, हमने already उसका navigation improve कर दिया था. And this is our business model canvas. And also patient, what the researchers was saying that it is a local, ये local clinics के लिए है. So they wanted multi-language. So we tried to make it multi-language. तो हमने अभी उसमें 3 language introduce किया. And this is our business model canvas. So who will be our key partners? Mainly it will be the clinics and doctors. And key activities is patients intake, queue management, and doctors का जो automatically होता है patient communication, value proposition में देखो receptionist उसका naturally उसका जो handwriting में वो entry का
Time is up.
okay, so this is our business model.
ठीक है, हाँ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you. Okay, we move on to the next group, which is EV Buggy 2. ठीक है. You know how to change language. Thank you. The next group is going to be bedroom 2. Oh, sorry. Oh, bedroom auto एक ही है, हाँ. So please get ready.